Hey there, amplifiers. When it comes to getting out your message, you want to come out in a way that's going to energize people and get them into action. You have knowledge, you have expertise, but if you're not articulating it in a way that other people can receive it, then you may not be serving yourself or your audience to the best capacity. Our guest today is an international speaker, trainer, keynote speaker. He's awesome rockstar professional. So I'd like to welcome to Growth Amplifiers, Clinton Young.
Thank you so much for having me, Kenny. It's a pleasure to be here.
It's a pleasure to have you, and it's a pleasure to get your insights, because we were just chatting before we went live how there's so many different types of people that when they get an opportunity to speak or present their ideas, they don't have a solid strategy. They haven't practiced and they're missing the opportunity. So today, if you could share just what are some things that people can get into their mind and start taking new actions to achieve some new results when they're presenting.
Awesome question, Kenny. So first, I just want to say that there is this massive trend towards entrepreneurship, right? There's the gig economy. Even before COVID, there was this massive trend towards people having that side hustle, if you will, and trying to create more time freedom and more financial flexibility. And coupled with that, I find that there's also this massive trend of people that want to make a bigger difference in the world. They want to have more meaning. They want to have more purpose in their life, right? So there's this purpose-driven entrepreneur movement, if you will. And you probably have seen this as well with interviewing a lot of folks for Growth Amplifiers, and people that are part of this community are probably, they fit that actual segment. So those are the kinds of people that I help. And you're right, it's so sad to see that somebody has this big vision, they've got this big message. Maybe they don't want to ever be a professional speaker, but they've got this company or this product or this service or this offering that could make such a big impact in the world, and they get this massive opportunity to speak, and they're terrible. Right? You and I have seen this so many times, and it's not that it's bad to be not terrible on stage, right? We've got to start somewhere. But when we want to make an impact so bad that it hurts, we've got this big vision, it is absolutely vital. It's vital that we become a world-class speaker. We must become world-class. And what I mean by that, I'm going to give you a quick definition so we're all on the same page. I don't mean somebody that speaks all around the world and gets paid $10,000 per speech. I can definitely help people do that if that's the path that they want. They want to become a professional speaker. It's not what I mean by world-class speaker. What I mean by world-class speaker is, again, we have this big vision, we have this impact that we want to make, but we need to understand how to communicate effectively. We need to understand how to dissolve that invisible barrier that is between you and your audience. Always, 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 there's this subconscious barrier that's there that stops you from connecting to your audience. So becoming world-class is becoming, it's kind of like a healthy obsession at becoming aware of that barrier and then learning how to dissolve that barrier so that we speak from our heart, authentically, vulnerably, with world-class speaker skills, and we speak directly to the heart and soul of our audience. And I'm not trying to get all ushy-gushy on you here, but that's the only way. If we want to make the biggest difference that we can out there as purpose-driven entrepreneurs, that's the only way we're ever going to be able to do it, is by becoming world-class speakers.
When you want to share your ideas and get people to accept them and take action on them, you've got to communicate them in a way that connects. And I like what you said, being authentic and really aiming to connect, breaking down that wall. And I'll tell you my journey. When I first started speaking as a professional, I was horrible.
We all are when we start.
I remember boring myself so bad. I was like, oh my God, I'm boring myself. This can't be good for them. I went through Toastmasters myself and just started to flex the initial muscles. Yes. But I can tell you that it's been transformational just working on that. And so if you're tuning in, even just taking the first step, even just doing one thing can make a big difference towards where you feel you're at now to where you want to go. So what is the people who are tuning in that are resonating with your message? Where can they go? What can they do? What's a first step that they could take to start getting into action?
So I'd love to give you three quick things, and then if you want, I can share with the audience a wonderful gift that's gonna rock their world. Okay. So
Ooh,
the
I love
first
it.
things we can do. I love that you said flex your muscles. Everybody, pay attention here. If you want to truly either become, if you're an aspiring speaker and you want to become a full-time speaker, or if you're the purpose-driven entrepreneur that most people fit into that category, and they just know that they want to make an impact, so they have to become a world-class speaker. The number one thing we need to do is we need to develop our awareness. If you think about an Olympic athlete, the number one basic building block, if you will, or unit of measure that separates them from everyone else is their depth of awareness, right? So we can accelerate our awareness as a speaker, and we can do it in three ways. Number one, flex the muscle, like you said. We've got to get the repetitions. We've got to treat speaking almost like a gymnasium. If we truly want to become world class, you don't become a world-class athlete by watching a video or watching somebody perform that exercise. You actually go out and do it. So we've got to speak. And what I found is when we speak, business happens, right? When we speak, business happens. Speaking begets speaking as well. It starts to create this momentum. So we've got to get repetitions, number one. Number two, we've got to watch the game tape. We've got to watch the game tape. Think about any Olympic athlete, any NFL player, soccer player, you name it. They don't just play the game and then forget about it. No, they watch the game tape and they slow it down and they rewind it. So watch your game tape, video record. We don't have time to go into a lot of detail here of all the reasons why you're going to want to do that, but you're going to start to see things that you didn't see before. And number three is you have to have a coach, you have to have a mentor, you have to have somebody that's been there, done that, that can see around the corner, if you will, that can see things that you will never see when you watch the game tape. But when they watch it, they're going to see things at a whole nother level. So those are the top three things you can do immediately. Speak, 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 speak. Get the repetitions, right? Watch the game tape, video record every single time you speak, right? You're going to use that for marketing and positioning purposes as well. And then hire a dang coach. You would never say, I'm going to go to the NFL or I'm going to go to the Olympics and not have a coach. You just
Right.
wouldn't do it. So if you want to make a difference as a purpose-driven entrepreneur, you've got to do those three things. So if folks want to find out more about me and how they can get in touch with me, is that where you want me to go next, Kenny?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the first thing I would say is you can definitely find me at clintonyoung.com. That's my main website. You can see me speak there. But the biggest thing that I want to share with everybody is there's three things, right? We talked about this before the show today. There's three other things that I would say are the basic building blocks of becoming world class. You've got to have world-class speaking skills, right? You've got to have the principles, world-class speaker principles. And that's part of my gift that I'm going to give everybody. You've got to have vulnerability and authenticity. How do we go from our head to our heart? Speak from our heart, and how do we speak to the heart of the audience and the pain, the collective pain in the room or on Zoom or wherever you're speaking to them, so that they know that you understand the pain they're going through, and then they know that you can solve their pain, right? So what I can solve for today is I can help people get started on the world-class speaker principles. So I literally have 7 of the top world-class speaker secrets on the planet that I've learned from literally investing over $100,000, over $250,000 actually, over the course of my career with working with some of the top speakers on the planet, some of the top entrepreneurs on the planet. And then of course, from thousands of my own hours on stage, getting the reps, right? And I've distilled down to the top 7 world-class speaker secrets that I want to give to your entire audience. I want to give them all to them for free. And literally just one of these, just to give you an idea, Kenny, just one of these secrets, I invested over $5,000 just for one of these secrets, for one secret. And it's helped me make tens of thousands of dollars, but more importantly, it's allowed me to move into becoming a world-class speaker. So anybody that wants to grab my top 7 world-class speaker secrets, and there's also a bonus 8th secret in there as well, you can go to worldclassspeakersecrets.com. Not very creative, but it does the trick, right? worldclassspeakersecrets.com. You can grab those. And for those of you who are super serious about taking your game to the next level, you're going to have a video on that thank you page and an opportunity to schedule a free one-on-one blueprint session with me. You'll walk away with that blueprint of how you can become a world-class speaker as well. So that's what I'd love to gift to your audience, Kenny.
Awesome. Well, appreciate you taking a moment out of your day to share some of your insights. You gave some actionable insights, which is really great. And I encourage you, if you're tuning in, to take a first step. If it sounds like this is a great deal, you get some free secrets, obviously some information. Information is great, but if you don't take action, it doesn't move anywhere. So be inspired, take action, and always keep on continuing to grow and amplify. To show your support, take a moment to amplify this message by sharing it online. To connect with me or gain more business growth insights, visit www.growthamplifiers.com. Thank you for your support.